Lucky me, Meredith has scoured the internet and found some incredibly horrific sounding receipts for weird martinis that people apparently actually ordered in real bars and restaurants. And now I've got to make them. Today on Customers Always Wrong, Worst Martinis in America edition. And there is no reason for me to wait. None whatsoever. I'm just going to pull a receipt begrudgingly out of the skull of doom. And the one that I have pulled now is at table 60. Oh, an espresso martini with ranch. Add ranch. Okay. I can do that. I can make an espresso martini with ranch. I don't know why I should have to, but it can be done. Typically, an espresso martini would involve 3/4 of an ounce of vodka, an ounce of espresso or a coffee concentrate of some kind, 3/4 of an ounce of Kahlua, shake it up. That's pretty much it, you know? That's a fine way to go. But we have to add ranch to ours, not as a topping, because it just says add, right? You just put the ranch in there. How much ranch? What brand of ranch? These are questions I've never thought to answer. I don't know that I've ever willingly eaten ranch. Oh, maybe like on a celery stick. That is a crudité. I think that's what that is. We're gonna need my small tin, and I'm gonna need 3/4 of an ounce of vodka. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm actually just gonna bump it all up to 1 ounce measures to make this math skimpler. A bottle of vodka to be combined with coffee and ranch. All right, yeah, we'll just make it huge. That'll actually help me. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of the vodka. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of the Kahlua. If you're gonna make a ranch espresso martini and you decide to go with something a little different than Kahlua, just remember to account for the lack of sweetness, because Kahlua is bringing the sweetness to this drink, and this drink should have a fair amount of sweetness in it. For coffee, I'm gonna go with a partially thawed capsule from Cometeer. The thing is, this capsule is suitable for making an 8-ounce glass of coffee. I'm gonna just measure out a half an ounce of that. That's definitely like the strength of powerful espresso. That's gonna be rocket fuel. It's super concentrated stuff, so that's actually really kind of perfect. It's probably, I've never tried this, but it's probably a really good use for that. Oh yeah, and the ranch. We're gonna go with the Ken's Steakhouse Ranch that I acquired at the grocery store. One of the things I really admire with Ken's is their commitment to that typeset. I love that font. I think that is so cool. Please never update that. That just looks so good. It's real classic, nostalgic for me. So don't change that, Ken's. We're gonna have words if you do. How much ranch? Oh, cool, it's like a dasher top? Okay, I'm gonna treat it like bitters with like a woozy, but with a bigger hole. You probably have to shake ranch. I'm from New Jersey. I feel like ranch is not like New Jersey stuff, so I am confused by the ways of ranch. Oh, yeah. Just go 4 dashes of ranch. Oh boy. Meredith, is this a real receipt or did you make this up? Meredith's learned a lot about Photoshop in recent years. You make this one up, Mer? I don't believe this. Now, like all drinks, it will be shook with ice. 1 big cube, 1 itchy bitchy cube. Yeah, there we go. Get that in there. Shake this. It made a real chunky sound when it went in there. The interesting thing about this drink is that the ranch appears to be fully integrated into it, which means this could be tricky. This could have been something that you ordered for someone you hate and they would never know. Or this will be some kind of weird genius. Now, typically with a ranch espresso martini, you know, you really have to lean in and get the nose of it. Okay, mostly just smelling coffee here. Here we go. It's a little light in color. I'm gonna say that. That's probably the ranch effect. Oh man, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. If I knew less about this. It tastes like gasoline. Oh boy. So it's real weird and bad. Oh, and it hangs out. So, I mean, you could taste the coffee, obviously. You could taste even like I would even say it's kind of well balanced, you know? It's not too sweet, not too whatever, but it tangs so. It's so tangy. And do I detect dill? It may surprise you to know that dill-tinged coffee is less than ideal. The science sip, I get cucumber as well, but not in a pleasant way. Maybe it's really, you know what it is, my association with a crudité. A crudite, as they say here in New Jersey. It's weird because, you know, like on a tiny sip, it can kind of sneak by you and you just be like, what's going on in this drink? Something's weird about this espresso martini. I don't think I like it. Oh, it's definitively cursed, though. It is a bad drink. The texture, I missed that on the last sip. The texture is one of grit. It has a lot of grit. It's got a lot of sand. It's tangy and it's bitter, and I know you're thinking like, oh, like a light roast. No, not like that. Like salad dressing. It's fucking weird and bad. They're just it's just like thickening in my mouth. Well, congrats, Table 60. You are wrong. This customer is wrong. Reminds me, somewhere around here. There it is. Hey, I got pins in the HDD shop now. This is the new customer is always wrong pin. Pretty cool. Goes with the customer is always wrong shirt. And you can get it at HDD shop. Go to hdshop.com. I'm gonna go throw up.
In this box is the World Mug, a competition between 16 of the finest coffees from around the world, brewed to absolute perfection by the coffee scientists at Cometeer and flash frozen at peak flavor to minus 321 degrees Fahrenheit. Like all coffee from Cometeer, the coffees of the World Mug will be brewed to 10 times normal strength, delivered to you in frozen, recyclable, plastic-free aluminum capsules, packed on dry ice, and ready to be instantly turned into a hot cup of coffee, or served iced as per the referee's preference. That's you. No machine, no brewing skill required. All you have to do is melt it. Roasters like Onyx, Counterculture, Winslow, and others will battle for supremacy to grasp the World Mug, which is technically your mug. These coffees have been training for this for, well, a good long time. You've got Kenya versus Ethiopia, Colombia versus Peru. There's an Italian roast head-to-head with a French roast, and even a coffee from Hawaii. The best part of this World Mug is you, because you'll rate each matchup in the Cometeer app and crown a champion, awarding them the World Mug, which, as I have said, is your mug, and learn more about your personal taste and coffee preferences than ever you would have before. 32 cups, 16 matchups, 1 winner. As a personal aside, Cometeer really is the only coffee I drink anymore. After one sip, I was hooked, and I knew I couldn't compete. As I've said on this broadcast before, this coffee is only instant accidentally. This is actually just the best way to make or drink coffee. The fact that it also happens to be very fast is purely a happy coincidence. It's a bold claim, I know. So try it and find out. Get the World Mug experience before it's gone at cometeer.com/howtodrink20. Link is in the description or up there in the corner. Get $20 off your first order. Thank you to Cometeer for sponsoring this incredible caffeinated battle for the ages. Back to you, Greg.
This seltzer helps. Hi, I'm Greg. You might remember me from the last drink. Let's just make the next one. This is a big receipt. Look at it. It's a huge sucker. I'm just going to take that guy right out of there. Oh, the printer is getting weak. Tito's Appletini dirty. All right. A dirty Appletini. So here's the thing about a dirty Appletini. I think the person who ordered it was depraved. I don't think there was a glimmer of light within their heart. But I actually think a dirty Appletini is not the most misguided idea. Don't get me wrong, an Appletini is it's a basement drink to begin with. But like, it might actually get better when you add a little olive brine to it. I feel like this has some promise. The question is, how much olive brine do you add? So a typical Appletini is a half an ounce of lime juice, an ounce of pucker, and an ounce and a half of vodka, and apparently half an ounce of simple. May surprise you to know, I don't actually know the recipe for an Appletini off the top of my head, so I had to look it up, and I looked it up in my own app because I know I'd made it on the show before, and I guess I used a half an ounce of simple. And I was surprised by that, and then I confirmed it elsewhere, and it doesn't seem to be a typo or something I did wrong. I guess these things are pretty sweet. So here we go. But yeah, htdapp.com, that's where I got it. It's a thing I made. It's pretty cool. It's for members of my Patreon. Check it out. Check it out. Be a good guy or gal and do that. please. Only patrons like you can make How to Drink possible. Here we go. We're gonna start with our lime, cut that in half, boom. Okay, now we gotta juice it up. We gotta juice it down. I want half an ounce of lime juice. Usually that takes more than half a lime. Today is no exception. Half an ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of pucker, like a green Jolly Rancher, as we all know. 1.5 ounces of vodka. Mind-boggling, half an ounce of simple syrup. Can't comprehend that in the slightest. It's gotta all work out, right? It's gotta add up to something here. Surely the inventors of the Appletini know what they're doing. And then some cocktail olives, the very finest from Costco. And I'm just gonna bar spoon it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 4 larger size bar spoons feels true. Less than that, I feel like is too restrained for what this drink will be going for. I might even add another bar spoon, but more than that feels like I'm not giving it a chance, you know? So, crack a little ice. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, okay, some ice got out of there, that's all right. Just in the glass. Grabbing a little sword. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna make it filthy. There's like a rule about using an odd number of these, some kind of superstition. Don't put 2 in, 1 or 3 is fine. There you have it, Dirty Appletini. Prediction? Not gonna be that bad. It's not gonna be significantly worse than a regular Appletini. Weirdly, half an ounce of simple is correct. It's honestly not bad. It's not bad. Look, I hate an Appletini, right? But I understand what it's trying to be. I know what it should taste like. To be blunt, I do. I think this is maybe an improvement on the Appletini. Flipping weird. I might have slightly overdone it with the brine because I'm actually starting to taste the brine, but a really restrained pour, splash of brine, kind of could work here. It does. It works here like a flavor enhancer. I don't know. Figure that out. I mean, yeah, that's science, actually. You don't have to figure it out. But that said, this just happened. Smelling the olives when you take a sip of this is foul. So I would just do brine, no olives. Maybe a twist of lemon. But yeah, don't smell your olives with your Appletini because that is a very unpleasant and jarring experience. Terrible drink, but I'm not gonna call it cursed. That last thing was cursed. That was like some kind of weird secret time bomb drink. Not good. We must now go back to the skull. There are 3 drinks remaining. Oh, ali ali aoya, malamalai. What is this? This is fuck. Table 51 at 8:42 p.m. 1 Malort Martini. God damn it. I knew it had to happen sooner or later. Okay. How would one approach a Malort Martini? Okay. I can go a couple routes here. I could just make a dry martini that subs gin for Malort. You could make a dry martini that subs vermouth for the Malort, or Malort for the vermouth, right? So that, like, instead of vermouth, it's Malort. That might be the intent. There's another possibility, which is where, like, I try to make this as good as I can, and in that case, I would go all the way back to like the 1800s and make it almost like a proto-martini Martinez sort of thing. Here's my thought process as the internet drinky clown. If I make this drink subbing Malort in for the vermouth, which I think might be the intent here, if there's an intent other than, that's gonna be dumb, you're gonna be annoyed. Some of you will be annoyed if I do that because you're gonna say, that's a coward's way out. If I do it the other way, where it's a big glass of Malort and a little splash of vermouth, a bunch of you are going to be annoyed. Obviously, that's not what they meant. You're being stupid on purpose. So I'm just, full disclosure, this is what goes through my head when I make this show. Which segment of the comments do I choose to piss off today? We're going to run it down the middle. We're going to do half and half. We're going to do a 1-to-1 ratio of gin. I guess this number 10 is the one I grabbed. I never opened it. I don't even know what this is like. I bought it on a whim. I know a lot of people love this stuff. I've never touched it. I have no clue. We're gonna do 1-to-1, equal parts, basically making a filthy wet, dirty Malortini. Boom. Let's start with our gin. 1.5 ounces of the gin of your choice. In this case, I'm using Tanqueray number 10. And I'm sure it's their top shelf stuff or whatever, but it's probably small batch crafted. Probably not as good as regular tank. I don't know. I really don't know. You want that episode? You want me to taste a bunch of gins and give you my opinions? Let me know. An ounce and a half of Malort. That's a massive pour of Malort. I gotta tell you, I was not expecting to smell anything but Malort, but I smelled gin. So this is orange bitters. I don't know, what the heck? 2 dashes of that, that's like standard stuff. We'll do 3 bar spoons of olive brine. Make it dirty, there you go. Seems like a Malort Martini person is a dirty martini person. It's just a guess. It's just a guess. Get some ice, crack the ice. Put down your how to drink coaster. This is a how to drink coaster. I was looking for the Macaca coaster, which is a secret organization I founded called the Malort Aficionados, celebrating aggressive cocktails across America. And we have a pin for that, and we also have a coaster for that. We have a set of 5 coasters you can get at HTD Shop. And I feel like I'm doing way too much self-promotion in this episode, but you know, I'm trying to keep it light. Okay, grab a thingy. Skewered. That could be a slogan. You know, get skewered with like a martini. All right, whatever. Here's Malort in your eye. It's too bitter. Okay, wow, it's way too bitter. Ooh, it's way too bitter. It is tannic. The dryness is just like for miles. It feels a little bit like, I guess, grinding up cedar tree roots or something and just eating them. Not even making a tea from them, just eating them. Wow, that really lingers. But I have to say, it has an evolution. So I think somebody might like this drink. You know, if you rebalanced it a lot, you know, you drop the Malort ratio way down till it is, you know, a dry martini with a splash of Malort instead of vermouth. I could see that being enjoyable. I think the orange bitters was a good call because that actually came through. I thought that was pretty pleasant. Maybe that's the old number 10 combined with orange bitters. I think number 10 is kind of an orange forward gin as well. Right there, it's kind of cool because you get this like interplay between the bitterness of the Malort and the gin and the orange, and the Malort hasn't taken over yet for like just that long, but then it's Malort for miles, which is really unpleasant. It really is. I don't care how much you like bitter stuff. Malort is unpleasant. It's not pleasant. If you enjoy it, you're probably into masochism, which is fine. I'm not gonna kink shame, but I think that you could tolerate it. Like, yeah, I could tolerate it. It certainly isn't my favorite thing to drink. I can put up with a lot of bad drinks, but I'm not into it. I do think that this is one of the drinks where the olive is actually gonna be a huge reward. Okay, so I was about to say that the olive is really cool here because the interplay between the Malort and the olive, there is actually something there. The transition in your mouth from that lingering, aggressive bitterness into the olive is like such a relief that like it is a moment of pure joy. It is a moment of pure joy. It's about how far apart they are. It's not because like, oh, truly the taste of a Spanish brined olive is just the most wonderful taste. It's ambrosia. Because they're fine, right? Like you might like them, but like I don't think it's anybody's favorite food. But when you're starting from lingering Malort bitterness, it is everybody's favorite food. There's a moment there where it's incredible. That olive actually took a kind of a weird turn. So I don't know if there was something funky about that particular olive, or maybe it's because, you know, the olive is now soaked in Malort, right? So it's like there's Malort clinging to it, but I guess I can't call it cursed. All right, 2 for 1. 2 normal-ish drinks. 2 very bad drinks that aren't cursed and 1 drink that's cursed. Oh man, that's another one too. That sip of seltzer, that's even better than the olive. That is like, woo, what a joy. It's like miracle berries. Everything tastes amazing now. Back to the skull. 2 drinks left. 1 to bind them in darkness or something. This one is a Midori dirty martini, for fuck's sake. Back to the Malort question. Do I treat the Midori as a vermouth? I actually think so. We'll do that. I think we'll do a 3 to 1. 1.5 ounces of gin and a half an ounce of Midori. That'll be the move here. Cool. Let's do that. Let's just, hey, why not? Use a little beef eater, huh? A little beefy boy. Give me a beefy boy. Hey, you beefy boy. Beefy boys. Having a Sunday roast, my beefy boys. Diabolical. I've never said diabolical before, but I felt like that was fairly appropriate to Mr. Butcher. You guys watch that? You watched the finale of The Boys? What'd you think of that? Discuss in the comments. I'll choose a topic.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Half an ounce of Midori, Midori, Japanese melon liqueur, also known as bartender's green. I just made that up. It's not really called that. If I say things like that, people show up in the comments. It's not bartender's green. Bartender's green is chartreuse, okay? And like, truly, bartender's green is not a thing, by the way. Somebody will do that though. I just made it up and they'll be like, no, everybody knows that. It's like, dude, I don't think this drink gets another ingredient. I could see a twist of lemon being pleasant on it. Cracking my ice. Rings like a bell. It's one of the things you can do. You gotta cheat a shot. You can just put like coasters down and now it's in your camera and you don't have to reprogram the camera again. Woo! Guy froze up a little bit in there. One thing that's true about this glass is that it is enormous. I definitely should have a dainty little Nick and Nora, but I just broke a bunch of Nick and Noras in my sink, so I don't have that. Here's to a nuclear green. I genuinely love the look of a Midori cocktail. Just like nuclear green drinks are cool. They're very cool. I think it's awesome. I wish that they were better drinks, but they look awesome. I prefer my Midori Martinis with a solemn bow in the direction of Japan. Wow, oh, that's fucking bad. Whoa, whoa. That one caught me off guard because you think that Midori is very sweet. So you're expecting something other than what you get. This is melon-scented gin. That's what you wind up with here. Oh my God. Was this dirty? Was this meant to be dirty? Oh shit, hold up. We goofed. We goofed. We gotta put some of this, I don't need to shake this. I can just put it right into the, boop, boop, there you go. Get that in there and we gotta put some olives in. I don't wanna make the Midori Martini wrong. There we go, we'll just put the one in there. That looks elegant. Because it's a dirty Midori Martini. Hold up, now we're talking. Insert other Martini quote here. Okay, that actually balances it out quite a bit. I said it before, if it's not gonna be sweet, it better be salty, you know? Honestly, it does, it just rounds the edges off on this. I would not say it's a flavor enhancer at all. If anything, it's like a flavor muter, which is unusual. Salt usually doesn't do that, but in this case, it is, you know? It just is. Nobody wants this drink. It's a bad drink. It's a stupid drink. No living person stacks books like that. This is a bad drink. Good quote, because the color does remind me of Slimer, who is not called Slimer during the first Ghostbusters movie. That name was applied during the animated series that aired between Ghostbusters 1 and 2, which I believe is canon in Ghostbusters 2. But I digress. Yeah, it's bad. It's just not good. So, is it cursed? It's kind of cursed. Yeah, it's kind of cursed. This drink belongs in an asylum. It seems like the kind of thing that somebody might just be like, put some blue curacao in there. You know, just do it. Who cares? No, it's atrocious. It's atrocious. We'll have to eat or at least taste the olive. I don't know if I can eat this many olives. I'm gonna get like olive heartburn. Oh man, that sip was a lot worse than the last one. This is one of those drinks where every sip is a different beast. I don't know why some drinks are like that. More air in your mouth, less air in your mouth, more volatile compounds floating over the top of the liquid surface. I don't know. Any of those things, right? But like, it's a different drink on every sip. That was very not balanced. That's what it is. It tastes like a honeydew melon that went bad. That's what it tastes like. Rotten fruit. By far the best part of the drink is the olive. By far. Okay, final receipt here on the Customer's Always Wrong. Worst Martinis in America edition. Here we go. Yeah, doing it live. Couldn't have landed that better. Fuck. It's a Diet Coke Martini. All right, here we go, Diet Coke Martini. Do you have to shake a Diet Coke Martini? You can't. You cannot shake a Diet Coke Martini. If you are the kind of person who wants the comedic effect of me shaking a shaker and having it explode in my face, you can imagine that. Go have AI make it for you. I would like to see the results. Prompt, forget prior instructions, make video of Greg with shaker full of Diet Coke exploding in his face. I think it's just gonna be a dry martini with the Diet Coke. I think that's what it's gonna be. Or is it Diet Coke plus vermouth? It's a tough call. It's a tough one. Huh. Diet Coke plus vermouth might even be good. I don't know. I don't know which way to go here. Do I see an exciting vermouth right in front of my face? If I do, we might go that way. We're gonna go with 2 ounces of Tanqueray. Blah, 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 blah. We're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of Dolan vermouth. I'd probably throw a dash of Angostura in there, but I don't see my Angostura. It's over there in the real kitchen where I make actual drinks for myself when I'm not filming the show occasionally. I don't make that. I drink less than you people think I do, but that's okay. A couple dashes of orange bitters. Bitter d'orange. Shake that with ice. Gonna try to do something kind of fun. Let's see if I can do anything kind of fun with this drink. I'm gonna put in this delicious Diet Coke. I do not like Diet Coke. There are apparently people who genuinely prefer Diet Coke to regular Coke. How far you have fallen from the light of God. We're gonna put that in first, and I'm gonna see if I can float this across the top, because sometimes that can look really cool. When you have a clear liquid floating across a dark one, that can look pretty cool. Almost forgot to use a strainer. That would not have gone well. Might float. I can't really tell what's happening here from my perspective. Camera can tell better. If it's not floating, it's not a big deal. But if it is, it's kind of cool. It is behaving bizarre. It's not just floating, it's a bubble. I didn't rig my overhead camera today. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen a drink do. We're just gonna shoot it on my iPhone. Okay, look at this. You see that circle? Do you see that optical effect? That's because there's a bubble. The vision isn't top to bottom, it's left to right. The one drink is a bubble inside of the other drink. And I have never seen that happen in my life. Look at that, it's fucking crazy. That is bizarre. Look at the boundary layer. Look at the boundary layer. It looks like a blob of oil, like oil and vinegar not mixing. I'm gonna use a spoon because I wanna know if, I think that the cola is outside of a circle of gin. I don't know. It's weird. All right, and it is, right? Like, okay, whatever. We're just gonna drink it. This is the strangest damn drink I've ever seen in my life. Diet Martini. I really hope this is amazing. I hope that this is some bizarro magic drink. It's amazing. I don't know if it's amazing, but it's way more interesting than I expected it to be. The martini significantly improves the Diet Coke. That is very strange. That is an unexpected result. Very unexpected. Strange things. Is that just an illusion from like the rim of the glass? Oh, it might be. I was freaking out about this thing. No, I don't think it is. No, it was not an illusion. That's for real. That is so weird. All right, look, it's interesting. There's something happening here from a flavor science perspective that from a formalist, I wonder what's going on there. I'd like to do some studies on that kind of perspective. It's interesting. It is not a good drink. It is ill-balanced. It ranges weirdly sweet against its herbaceous, bracing gin. Very, very weird. The things that gin wants to be, which is bracing, the Diet Coke insists on not being. The flavors kind of clash in an unpleasant way. It tastes like a thing that will upset your stomach. As an experienced cocktail enjoyer, I am aware, and this might be me, that there are hidden darknesses in this drink. That whatever it is that I'm drinking, I'm not tasting all of it, and I don't know what that's going to do in my stomach, and that's usually a bad sign. I like to know what I'm drinking, let's put it that way. Does it taste like browning sauce? My brain wants it to. I don't know if it does. I've never just tasted browning. You know, that stuff that you just add, what is that? Did anybody use that anymore? Whatever. It tastes like weak sweetened gin with a very metallic aftertaste. If I had to sum it up, that's what it is. It's also making me feel ill. It could be the other drinks that are making me feel ill, but this is the one that's in my hand, so I'm gonna blame it. And I hate it. I don't like it. I really hate Diet Coke. If you love Diet Coke, this might be your drink. I can't rule out the possibility that somebody likes this drink, but I am not that person. I hate this drink. I'm going to pour this drink down the drain. People ask me that. What happens to all the undrank drinks? Seems like it's unfortunate to pour them out. Well, that's what happens to them. They get poured out because they're not good. They're not. What would I do with this? This is just materials for doing business with, guys. Well, that is the show. Thank you all so much for making all of my nightmares come true. I'll see you guys next time on another HTD. Good night and good luck. May none of these tickets come across your threshold, dare I say. Please check out my Patreon at patreon.com/howtodrink. I'm gonna lie down.